Hello my dear class 10th children. In the last video class I told you about multiplication of matrices, the method to multiply the two matrices. Today, before doing the questions of the exercise 8C, I would like to tell you some important rules which we need to remember about addition and multiplication of two matrices. I start with addition. My dear students, I have told you two matrices can be added if they are of the same order. What is the necessary condition? The necessary condition for adding the two matrices is they must be of the same order. If two matrices have their order different, then we cannot add them. Second thing, addition of matrices is commutative. Means A plus B gives the same result what B plus A gives. Third, addition of matrices is associative. Addition of matrices is associative. I mean, the sum of A and B plus C is same as the sum of A plus B and C. Sum of A with B plus C is same as sum of C with A plus B. This property is called associative property. So addition of matrices is associative also, commutative also. Fourth one, zero matrix or null matrix is additive identity matrix. Means when we add zero matrix with A, it remains A. Fifth one, minus A is the additive inverse of A. When we add A and minus A, the sum will be zero matrix. Therefore, minus A is the additive inverse of A. Now come to multiplication. Multiplication. My dear friends, Here the necessary condition for getting the sum of two matrices is their order must be same. But here we cannot use the same property in case of multiplication. Two matrices A and B are of order x by y and y by z can be multiplied. A into B is possible only when the number of columns in A is same as the number of rows in B. If number of columns in A is not same as number of rows in B, then AB is not possible. Okay? AB is possible if the number of columns in A is same as number of rows in B. One more thing you need to notice. Then the result what we get, suppose a matrix C. Okay? A matrix C. The order of this matrix C will be x by z. Here x and z are not the elements. X and z are indicating the number of rows and columns of matrix C, the product C. So you can see in the order of matrix C, the number of rows is same as the number of rows of A. Number of columns in C is same as the number of columns in B. It means when we do the multiplication, then in the product, which will be a matrix, the number of rows will be same as the number of rows in A. Means pre-factor matrix. Number of columns in product will be same as the number of columns in post-factor matrix B. B is called post-factor matrix. Clear? Okay. Now second one. This is the necessary condition. This helps us to get the order of a matrix. If we have an equation in which product form is used, you can see there are 2-3 questions in your exercise in which you will be asked, if this into this is equal to this, then find the matrix of order this. In that case, you will be using this method which I am explaining you. Second one, my dear students, in case of multiplication of matrices, the multiplication is not commutative. Multiplication is not commutative. Here it was commutative, means A into B is not same as B into A. Sometimes AB is possible but BA is not possible. Third one. Here you can say addition is associative. So in case of multiplication of matrices is associative. A into BC is same as AB into C. Like addition of matrices, multiplication too is associative. Fourth one. I capital I, which is called identity matrix. Capital I identity matrix is which we call as not only identity, which we call as unit also. Unit matrix or identity matrix is multiplicative identity matrix. I mean, if you multiply A with I or I with A, the result will remain A. Result will remain A. So here I is unit matrix or multiplicative identity matrix, and I have told you in case of multiplicative identity matrix it is a square matrix, and in this matrix on the leading diagonal we have its elements as unity, and all other elements on except the diagonal the elements are 0. Come to multiplicative identity. It is not in your course, sorry, it is multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse is not in your course, but I tell you, A inverse is the multiplicative identity. And remember, A inverse is the multiplicative identity matrix of A. For every matrix, A inverse is not possible. Remember, for every matrix A, additive inverse is possible. But for every matrix A, multiplicative inverse is not always possible. And the symbol for multiplicative inverse is A inverse. When we multiply A inverse with A or like this, then we get identity matrix I. Here we get A plus minus A is equal to 0, identity matrix. This is not in your course, so don't be panic. This is not in your course. These things you need to know. One more thing I would like to tell you here, and that is multiplication is distributive over addition. Multiplication is distributive over addition. Multiplication is distributive over addition. I mean, A multiplied by B plus C is same as A multiplied by B plus A multiplied by C. So multiplication is not commutative, multiplication is associative. Unit matrix is the multiplicative identity matrix. Multiplication is distributive over addition. One more thing I would like to mention here, and that is the algebraic law of algebra. Algebraic expansion is not applicable. Algebraic expansion is not applicable. I mean, the square of A plus B is not same as A square plus B square plus 2AB, where A and B are matrices. A square minus B square is not same as A plus B multiplied by A minus B. If A into B is equal to B into C, then this cancellation law, this does not imply A is equal to C. In case of real number, if AB is equal to BC, immediately we cancel out BB and get A is equal to C. But in case of matrices, if AB into BC, then it is not necessarily A is equal to C. Second one, if sometimes or if A into B is equal to 0. Remember, this 0 is 0 matrix. This is not a real number. This is a 0 matrix. If we multiply two matrices A and B and result is 0 matrix, then what we write in case of quadratic equation? What we write? We write if the product of two factors is 0, then either one is 0. But you can see, then not necessarily A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 0. You can see sometimes A and B are non-zero matrices. I repeat, sometimes you can say A and B are non-zero matrices, but when we multiply, the result is a 0 matrix. I don't say that if you multiply A with 0 matrix, you will not get 0. If a matrix A, non-zero matrix, is multiplied with 0 matrix, the result will be 0 matrix. But sometimes two non-zero matrices, when are multiplied, the result can be a 0 matrix. So I hope I have explained you all necessary things what you need to know other than the course, what you need to know other than solving the questions of the exercise. So these are the theoretical parts which we need to know. In the next video class, I will do questions of the exercise. Thank you.